group of strangers from different walks of life have been chosen for an extraordinary experiment. It will test them to the very limit.
Leave! Let's go. Now!
In a tightly controlled environment, they must survive and rebuild from the aftermath of a global catastrophe that has wiped out most of humanity. The experiment starts with 72 hours of isolation.
Here I am in quarantine. It's a 7x7 room made out of plastic sheet. There's not much in here.
It looks like I'm being contained in a warehouse. I think the hardest part is not having a sense of time.
It's been kind of a mental thing for me. I feel like I've just been getting with, basically.
Wanting to know how far they can push themselves, our volunteers have signed their lives away for 50 days.
This is not a competition.
I will receive no cash prize. I understand that
participation may involve strenuous physical activities,
shocking and frightening events,
and emotionally difficult scenarios.
God, it hurts so bad.
My relationship with Jesus Christ gives me strength. And have I ever been challenged this way? No.
The colony is a controlled experiment to see how far a group of strangers will push themselves to rebuild after a global catastrophe. Their new home will be a 10-acre compound on the Gulf Coast of Louisiana, a neighborhood laid waste by the floods following Hurricane Katrina. For 50 days, they'll live with no power from the grid, no running water, and no communication with the outside world. All they have to work with are their skills, each other, and whatever they can scavenge from the wreck of their world. Environmental threats and hostile outsiders will challenge the colonists' resources and security. The experiment has been designed using past disasters, models of future catastrophes, and research from the country's top disaster experts.
The virus portrayed in this experiment is not only theoretically plausible, it's a threat that governments are preparing for. A mutation of the avian flu, we'll refer to it as the nuclear flu. Contracted by aerosol form, it attacks the respiratory system and causes the immune system to overreact. The end result is lung failure, internal bleeding, and death within 48 to 72 hours.
Get your suits on!
The colonists are uninfected survivors of the outbreak, being relocated to a government way station. They're transported to the colony by a government organization created for the experiment, the Viral Outbreak Protection Agency, or VOPA. They have been advised to stay within the cordoned-off compound until they're relocated to a permanent settlement. The colonists will have to survive with a minimal amount of food and whatever shelter they can make in the abandoned buildings.
Zim comes to Zim. I guess this is it.
My name is Sally Dawson. I'm a 28-year-old auto mechanic from Melrose, Mass. It's hard to see signs that people lived normal lives in this area at one time. But I'm here looking for a new challenge.
So where is everybody? It's supposed to be a colony.
I'm George Willis. I'm 46, from San Diego, California, and I'm an artist and inventor.
I was looking for some sort of authority figure that would be coming out to welcome us and tell us what was going on. But the helicopter was flying away, and there was no one there but us. And it started to dawn on me that we're on our own.
In a catastrophe, government personnel are stretched to the limit. There may not be officials to guide you. In Hurricane Katrina, for example, people were left in the middle of nowhere for days or weeks. A global disaster would be even worse.
Now, this one doesn't have a red tag on it, so let's try that.
My name is Jim, and I'm a carpenter. They've let me out of quarantine today. They dropped me off into what they call a safe zone. Doesn't seem too safe to me. There's debris and garbage everywhere. This is just basically as close to burnt out hell as it can be.
For survivors of any disaster, the immediate focus needs to be on the 5 survival basics: shelter, water, food, fire, and security. If these 5 basic goals are not met, the outcome can be grim.
Let's search the entire area first, okay?
There's plenty to look at.
The new colonists explore the compound. 4 devastated city blocks on which a dozen buildings are still standing. At the center is a medical field tent.
Is this food I see?
There you go.
Whole milk. This is good. This will get us by for a while. Oh, hey, that's good.
My name's Reno Minestrelli. I'm 28 years old. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I work in the cell phone construction industry. In the situation of the apocalypse, it's going to be more of a survival of the fittest in your skill set and how strong your mind is. It doesn't matter what your credit report is or, you know, rich parents, trust fund kid, anything like that. Everyone that's left over to survive is going to have to coexist and have to trust each other and work together as a team to rebuild everything.
What is blankets?
Yes, ma'am.
Aspirin, dextrose injection,
Okay.
painkillers, cold compress.
Now, here's what we have here for electricity.
Oh, boy. My name is Becca Adams. I'm 22 years old, and I'm a model. I'm seeing building after building after building that just looks terrible. There's boards on the ground, broken glass everywhere. This is what we're living on?
There's a couple of fishing rods in here.
Ooh, I'll take that.
But it might
Here
be
you
useful
go.
at some point. We're going to take all the tools, anything that can be used for hunting or fishing.
Absolutely.
And anything that can be used as warmth or clothing.
Yes.
There's a jigsaw, a drill, a sawzall. All this stuff's gonna be great to have when we can actually power it up.
Hey, fellas! This thing has air in it, man.
Is this salt?
Ew, what is that?
I'll tell you what, you don't want to lose that sugar.
So we have beans, by the way?
Yeah, they gotta be clean.
Beans for dinner.
Yeah.
Like,
Yay.
really clean.
Okay, out of the buildings that you guys have seen, which one looks the best?
My name is Cyan, and I teach geologic disasters and resources.
I just don't feel safe in that giant white tent when people can come at me from all different directions. So I wanted to move into a building, and luckily there were a couple of good buildings to choose from.
The colonists decide on a 2-story apartment house directly behind the tent.
All right, so this is home for right now?
The place we decided to stay, it's filthy inside. There are rusty nails, splinters, broken boards. I'm not sure that the stairs will necessarily even support the weight of a human. Most of the windows have been broken. Quite frankly, it's a dump.
Bring all the valuable stuff upstairs, and upstairs we can defend ourselves, kind of like you would do in the old-time castle days where you could throw stuff down.
My name is Robert DeVille, and I am 70 years old, and I feel as if I'm only 69. I retired as a contractor, and I'm the kind of guy that probably can contribute most towards this project than anyone else. It's kind of hard to beat my prior knowledge.
We got to make this as comfortable as possible.
We have 10 packs of crackers so far. We have a lot of cans. The cans aren't labeled, so we don't know exactly what's in the can. We have 1 thing of coffee, then the milk, and then down here we have 1 1/4 large rice specimen bags.
That's about a week, right there.
Of everything?
If we crimp and save, that's about a week.
After taking stock of their resources, the colonists focus on the most important survival basic: water.
This is probably gonna be a big part of our everyday grind, is somebody coming to go get water. Oh, this will be great.
Cyan and Jim gather materials for a sand and charcoal filtration system.
Well, this is charred wood. You know what's really sad? What? Is somebody used to live here. We're living here.
I have set my life and done everything that I feel I need to do to survive and make it in a world where there isn't a society as we know it. Now let's see if I can do it.
Lastly, they need a piece of cloth to catch sand and charcoal particles.
Because we're going to want to put that on the bottom. It looks like it's a dress. It's like a wedding dress.
No way.
Well, that's kind of
that's
sad.
even sadder. You still want to cut it up for,
Yep.
I guess, nothing's sacred, huh?
Yeah, that's perfect. All right, let's start there. We're at the point where we're going to actually try and filter our water.
Is that straight from the river?
That's from the river.
It doesn't look that bad.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Eventually, it's going to work its way through the sand layer, charcoal layer, sand layer, and it should dribble out here. Charcoal. So cool. Someone can get a glass. What do you guys think? All right, we've got our 2 glasses. This is our water straight from the river, and this is our water that's gone through the filtration system. Definitely a difference in color and hopefully taste. No.
What do you think? To here?
Yeah.
To make the water drinkable, they'll have to boil it, and that means fire.
Oh, boy. Whoop. Oh, my God. You're making me so nervous.
You guys keep looking for cinder blocks.
You're good to
and,
go.
And I'm going to take this
that's
down.
perfect.
Let's just get down in there and get some gas out of it. I'll plug this back up.
Yeah.
Without matches or a lighter, they need some way to get the fire started.
This is one of our only good batteries. And from this battery, when you attach the jumper cables to it, you can touch the cables together and they will create a spark.
All right, good job.
Ready?
Yep.
Wait till you see flames. Go!
Give me gas. Good. And we have fire.
Yes, this was us.
Fire!
We needed light, we needed a way to boil water, we needed a way to cook food. And if nothing else, the fire brings everyone together.
Coming up, the colonists discover they're not alone. On their first day, the colonists have covered 3 of the 5 survival basics. They found shelter and water and made fire. The 4th, security, has yet to be addressed at all. For now, they're living off 6 days of food that was left for them by VOPA.
I'm hungry. Give me one of those meals ready to eat.
I got the chicken and dumplings meal. One of these meals contains 1,200 to 1,300 calories.
Put it in there. Start wishing it around a little bit.
Tell me when to stop because I'm not working.
An MRE, or meal ready to eat, is a completely self-contained meal in a bag. The primary field food for the armed forces, MREs contain a water-activated, flameless heating element to make sure soldiers get a hot meal.
What the hell? I'm just gonna eat it.
Tomorrow we should definitely try fishing.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm about ready to go to sleep now. Let's go.
We've got some
I can help set up like the cot room and all that stuff. We have gotten so much accomplished today.
This is our first night here. How do you feel?
I'm exhausted. It was a long day.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling tomorrow's going to be even longer.
Night 1 is over, thank God. That works.
Gross.
Most people wake up from a nightmare into their regular world. It's right, just the opposite. I was dreaming of my dream world back home with my family and everybody I care about, and woke up to a nightmare.
Hey guys, I'm just working on a activities list: water, fire, fishing and hunting, the garden. Those are kind of daily tasks that will be there every single day.
I think a priority for today, too, would be we have to have